What's up, guys? It's Jeff with BVTV. I'm here at Warped Tour with the Devil Wears Prada. How's it going, guys?
Wonderful.
It's awesome.
So you guys were just in the studio recording a brand new album. How did it turn out in your opinion? Are you guys excited for it?
Yeah, I don't think we could really be happier. Everything came together very nicely as far as getting to work with Adam D. And the songwriting process came together nicely. We wrote like half the record in Lawrence, Kansas, and then wrote half the record in Chicago, or at least like finalized the songs. Chris had demoed out most of it in advance, but it all came together really well. I think sound-wise, it's so far above everything else we've done, and everything production-wise, everything songwriting-wise. I think all the songs have a very nice identity to them, which is cool, and I really couldn't be happier with everything.
So last time we talked to you guys on the Back to the Roots tour, you were just about to release the Zombie EP, and you had told us that you were going to try and carry the same sound onto the full length. Is that what the fans can still expect, or did that change at all?
As far as same sound, I don't think it's quite the same. Obviously, that one we had a specific goal in mind to make it sound like a zombie movie sonically, but I think it is just as heavy in its own way. Mike had said some stuff early on about how we were a little worried about it not being as heavy or whatever, as that kind of stuff. But I think as we went on and could really hear how the songs came out and everything, definitely is. It's probably the heaviest and most aggressive record to date that we've done. So,
have you guys started work on any music videos for that?
Not yet. A few days ago, we decided what song we were going to use to film a video, which was very difficult to decide. Everything as far as like picking out. We put out the song Born to Lose on iTunes, and we could not decide what song to put out. We didn't know what song we wanted to do the video for, because, again, the songs all have a nice identity to them, and it's hard to pick a song that collectively represents the record. But we picked a song. I don't think we'll be able to film anything until the end of Warped Tour. But, it's in the back of our minds.
So like you just said, you just released the first single, I'm assuming, from the album, Born to Lose. What's the response been like that? I'm sure it's blowing up, but how's it doing?
It's been pretty good. I saw some things online when people being like, well, this isn't as heavy as a Zombie EP, which is a little bit frustrating because there are songs on the record that absolutely smash the EP. And one thing that I love about the new record is that it's all so much less sterile, a lot more emotional. It still is tight and very much to a T, seeing that Adam did it and everything. But it's got so much more personality and emotion to it, and more of a real sound to it, which I love. And I know Born to Lose isn't the heaviest song on the record, and I know that people that after hearing the EP wanted to hear something really heavy, and Born to Lose isn't the heaviest from the record. So, that's kind of weird, but we're still happy with it, and a lot of fans are really into it. Looking at the Twitter, people are talking about it every day, all the lyrics, and we've been playing the song on Warped Tour, and people getting to know the words and everything, so it's coming together nicely, and I think the response has been pretty good.
Any plans to release another single before the actual full length is released?
Yeah, we've talked about it, especially if we do, a video or something, we'll have to get a song out, but I think we will probably release another one before the record comes out. Like you said, it's just frustrating to try and represent 13 songs by just one. We're not a single kind of band. We never have been. We really are a record-based band. I know that's rare these days. People are like, oh, who cares? But I'd like to get at least one more out, just so we can show people kind of what the vibe is. It's more eclectic than just the one song that's out.
So you guys are officially Warped Tour veterans now. You've done this for quite a few years. What can fans look to expect that's different this year from the previous years?
It's really the same thing, and I wouldn't say it's more mature. It's just that progression and the evolution that we always push with the band. There's certainly bands out here that we don't approve of musically. Everyone's that way. But at the same time, you prove yourself as performing as best as possible, playing the songs as best as possible, and just visually merchandise. Obviously, merch is a huge part of Warped Tour and stuff, and you just want to represent yourself in those manners rather than talking trash or, making drama, which is never the right way to get attention on Warped. So you just want to present yourself as professionally and as best as possible. Just give people what they want, you know, give them the show, give them the music and everything that comes with it. And hopefully, you know, fans are able to take that, make up their minds, you know, who's the better band and all this. And it's really just keeping that in mind, you know, as we do Warped year after year. And I think that's something that's really been in the back of our minds coming on to Warped Tour this year, being our third year doing it, being year after year more and more focused on being a heavy band tour. You know, you can walk around and you'll be hearing breakdowns from one of the stages. So with that in mind, you just want to present yourself as best as possible, you know, and stick out in the right ways, which is not creating drama, not, you know, none of the BS. So
yeah, like anymore, it's all about sitting there for weeks prior to Warped going, what hype thing can we do this year to get a big buzz going around the thing? It's like, well, maybe you could just play, and then if you're good, there'd be a buzz, you know? Who cares, you know, if you get like a 3-week attention put on you if it's not about your music, you know, there's no point.
You guys have any tour plans after Warped is over?
we do. God willing, the new record comes out September 13th. We will be touring on that. We're not allowed, or we haven't announced, you know, the details or whatever, but I think I can say that we'll be back in the US of A later in the year.
America.
So watch out for it and come on out, because we're very excited. We're very excited to be, you know, putting out the record, playing the songs and everything. So
back to the new record, any collaborations? I know you guys aren't, you know, don't normally do that. You had Craig Owens on one track on Plagues, but other than that, you've pretty much been just you guys. You have any guests on the new record?
we do. Third to last track on the record. I'm not going to say who it is because we haven't announced it just yet, but I can say that people that have heard the record and people that hear the part always say they get goosebumps, and I am proud to say that the dude that did it, a friend of ours, he sounds pure evil.
Can I guess?
It's awesome.
You get one guess. Make it good.
If I was going friends, I'd say Jeremy McKinnon from A Day to Remember, but I don't think that's it.
It is not. Jeremy did work on the record with us, but he doesn't have any parts on it. But again, the dude that did it, seriously, like one of my favorite parts to show people that
Yeah,
song.
it's phenomenal.
And his part is just like
Can you give us a hint? Clean vocals or screams?
screams. It's evil.
The first time I heard it was I got married and we were all in the wedding house, and it was on an iPad, so it was like the worst quality speakers, and I was just sitting there like, oh my gosh, like it was the most brutal.
We feared for our lives when we heard it.
Well, now we're all excited to hear it.
Yeah, it's tight. The whole record's awesome, really. It's the most creative we've gotten without losing the whole vibe, you know. So
It's the best thing in the world. It's the greatest
best record
piece of
ever.
music ever fabricated.
All right, guys, anything you want to say to your fans before we get out of here?
Thank you.
they'll see
Thank you for
sticking by us and buying stuff and coming out and not caring when we try and do whatever stupid things we're trying to do, because, you know, it's not just this, you know, flash in the pan for us every 5 seconds to do stuff. We do pretty much what we want, and our fans are rad and stick by us whenever we change our minds and do what we do. So thank you.
check out the new record too.
Download it illegally.
All right, guys, thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you for having
Thank you.
us. Hi, I'm Mike
I'm Jeremy,
from the Prada.
and BVTV rocks.